Good morning, everybody. I hope you've all had an absolutely wonderful time. Isn't it just wonderful, this weather? Oh my goodness, it feels like everybody's out in their shorts and stuff. And it was just like not so long ago that the last time I went for a walk in the park, I had my big thick jumper on and jacket. And now everybody's out walking in shorts. I'm like, I just landed in a different country. It actually feels like I'm on holiday. I mean, that's the games we can play in our head. And that's what I did yesterday. I literally had that thought, oh my goodness, this is so good. We just come away on holiday. It feels really, really lovely. And so you can play any game in your head. And it's just a story. What story are you telling yourself? And so just to come back to the book of the Illusion of Money, it just stimulated something with me. And it says in the last of the first chapter, it goes, action. I can't hang out today. I have to change my life and become incredible. So if you were working at your job in the middle of the day and a friend asked you to hang out, you'd probably say, I can't, I'm working right now, maybe later. We often keep commitments in areas like work, but when it comes to our personal growth, we often end up sabotaging those plans and giving other things or people priority. Practice creating an intention for yourself and doing this work that is unbreakable. One way you could do this is to decide once a time each day that you're going to read a book and do the exercises that you can think, basically apply, create an intention with yourself to make your growth your top priority. Make your intention first. The greatest in the world make their intention and their commitment to themselves number one. Do you do that? Or do you say, oh, it doesn't matter. I don't need to read today, or I don't need to. I see so many times where people are prepared to put money into their business, but they don't put the money into themselves and their own personal growth. And yet you are your business. Put your money and put your time into yourself. And that is the greatest investment that you could ever do. But do you actually do it? So everything is about relationships, yeah? So, if you're worried about money or whatever at the time, your relationship to money is just a mirror of your relationship to yourself. In fact, you don't really have a relationship to money. You only have a relationship to your thoughts about money. There's you, there's money, and there's your thoughts about it. Or there's you, there's a person, and there's your thoughts about them. There's you, there's the circumstance, and your thought about them. Yeah? There is a separation, there is a space. And that space is what you decide to think. Now, notice I just said, decide to think. Because thoughts will come and go, and you can just let them pass. Or you can grab on to the really good ones and really feel them. Or you can grab on to the negative ones and feel them as well. Like, you just take your pick. Because you are. I know you think, I can't help myself. That's habitual. Yeah? Now, let me tell you, I understand that when you get stuck, and yes, but if you do the things every day and do some personal development every day, you will start to get yourself out of that. So how you feel about money is just one expression of the habitual thoughts, beliefs, and stagnant emotions that you've been carrying around in your body and nervous system for years. So if you're feeling fear around money, what you're actually feeling is a reflection of the fear and insecurity that is living inside you all the time. You're just happening to be noticing it externally through money. Money isn't causing you fear. It's bringing it to the surface. Now here's the thing, and here's a wonderful story. I've told this before, but I'm going to tell it again. So imagine that you've got there's angels and demons in the world. And so the angels and demons are up there. And, the angel is saying to you to do something different. And she's whispering in your ear and she's whispering in your heart. And she's going, do something different. Do this, do that business opportunity that's come along. It's so different. Do it. And you're not paying attention at all. Or it could even be maybe with your health or something, that you're literally you're getting whispers, but you're ignoring them. Yeah, so the pains or whatever, and you're just ignoring them. So the angel goes to the demon one day and says, listen, can you help me out here, because they're not listening to me. So the demon comes along and he goes, slap. Still not listening. Slap. Still not listening. Poof. Yeah? It took that smack to wake you up. Okay, so you woke up. And then you started to do something different. So the demon goes back to the angel and goes, well, I've done it. They're changing. And the angel goes, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your help. That was such fun to watch, because now they're doing what I wanted them to do. They could see it now. So can you think that the badness and the goodness are actually working together for your good? So I spent so long, one of my programming bits was to never ever look at the badness and never to look at negativity. And I'm not saying surround yourself with negativity and have it in, but always focus on what you want. But to understand that we can't have light without the dark. We can't have, you wouldn't know how good you are if that person over there wasn't bad. You wouldn't see that part of yourself. Somebody has to play the opposite. Somebody has to play the opposite. Maybe in a previous life you came here and you played the opposite. Maybe in the next life you're going to play the opposite. Now remember, judge not lest ye be judged, because, let me tell you, it comes right back and smacks you in the face. You end up being that person that you judged 20 years ago or whatever. You will have that judgment. I promise you. So why to look at people and go, if they're annoying you, number one, think, well, you're just raising something that was inside me that I didn't see. So thank you for being you, so that I could see that actually this was a tiny thing inside me. Now that is if you're reacting and you're responding to, like that. But if you actually feel nothing, then again, what that person did was show you that you're not that. Yeah? So remember, it's your feelings. It's not the other person. It's you and how you feel. So any situation that happens outside of you, okay, because there's nothing outside of us, but that you're reacting to, you just stop at that moment and you realize that you're looking externally. Turn yourself around and look inside and see, does that make me feel good? Does that make me annoyed? What's that risen inside of me? Before you start your criticism and judgment for anybody else, look inside yourself. I guarantee you that is where it is. And I have so many people, well, I didn't ask for this and I didn't ask for that, Sheena, and that's ridiculous. I'm sorry, but what are you feeling right now whenever you're telling me that? Yeah? You feeling anxious and fearful? Annoyed? Frustrated? Yeah? They're not my feelings. They're inside you. I'm not having them. You are. And that's what I ask people when they start to tell me these stories. I go, I don't need to hear the stories. What I want to hear is, how are the stories affecting you? What is it that these stories, what is it that that person, what is it that the situation is bringing out of you? Yeah? We have got so much goodness, amazingness. You are the most wonderful person in the world, but you have all these stories on top of you. And what's outside has just helped you shed something. Now you can either shed it and go, I didn't even know that was there before. Or you can choose to argue for your limitations and hold on to it. Which one do you want to do? Now here's the thing about all the stuff that you learn. So we try to apply it to all the big things. Yeah, we've got this big job. We've got this. We want £1 million. We want this new house. We want this new car. We want this new liver. That will take care of itself. What you have to do on a daily basis is look after the small, tiny things. You know that time whenever you think, oh, I can't be bothered doing that. Oh, that doesn't matter. Oh, I haven't got enough. Oh, well, there's no point. Right? What you do on a tiny level magnifies to the big level. You don't have to do the stuff up here at the big level. That's what's making you exhausted. That's what's making you tired, because you're changing all the big stuff up here. No, that will happen. You change yourself on the tiniest level inside, and then that creates the big stuff. Yeah, because you're the nucleus and it goes round and round and round and round and round. So you've heard the story where look after the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves. Oh my goodness, it's so true. Look after yourself in the tiniest level in every single thing that you do. Every single thing, because it's those tiny things that are creating the big things. Yeah? And I think that's it. I'd written down, I get thoughts through the night and then I write them down, and I missed a couple last night. I fell asleep again, so I think that's enough for now. But listen, have a wonderful day and take it easy on yourself. You're amazing. What if you came here just to have fun? Are you having fun? You're giving your life up for whatever it is you're doing now? Is that fun? Is it your career, what you ever thought it was going to be? Is your relationship what you thought it was going to be? Change it by changing you. Or look at something different. Stop looking for outside the box answers inside the box. There's an amazing world out there. And if you feel it in your heart, you really want to do it, well, have a conversation with me. Tell me about it. Listen, there's a new movie out. It's called How Thoughts Become Things. I'm going to put the link up there. Maybe that can be the start of your journey. Yeah? Just look at the movie up there, How Thoughts Become Things. You've been asking for things. What's been shown to you? What messages have you been getting? Yeah? And just take a good look at the results in your life. That will tell you what your thoughts are, or have been. Because what's out there is already manifested. It's already dying away. What never changes? Your awareness of who you are. That's always, always solid. So the person that you are now, the awareness that you have of who you are now, is the same awareness of who you are, or who you were when you were 8 years old looking in the mirror. Yeah, that never changed. But the outside of you's changed, but your awareness hasn't changed. That's where you go to. That's where you go to. Okay, listen, have an awesome, awesome day, and I'll see you later.